Thanks to BRIOBITE for sending a sample of their Dolce 1000 ice cream maker. Hey, it's Michael, and today it is my good fortune to show you the BRIOBITE Dolce 1000 ice cream maker. This thing is so cool, and I've been eating a lot of ice cream in the last couple of weeks since I've gotten this thing. But it's very, very easy to use, and it's portable. I mean, you can take this with you. It's so cool. Today I'm going to make vanilla ice cream, and I just want to show you how easy it is. This particular recipe comes out of the recipe book. There's some great recipes in here. I've also made the chocolate ice cream. This is a chocolate ice cream, uses eggs as well. This is a no egg recipe, and this just uses basically heavy cream, whole milk, sugar, and some vanilla, and that's it. And it's so good. I mean, it's really, really good. All right, so let's get started here. The machine, I've already done the unboxing, but just to recalibrate here a little bit, this is the motor and this is what the paddle fits on. Here is the mixing paddle. They call this the viewing window, and once you get the freezer bowl and you put the paddle in there and then you hook the motor to it, this just fits over everything you can see in. So that's why they call this the viewing window. And then there's a funnel here that goes into the freezer bowl. This is how you pour the liquid into the freezer bowl. So I've got the freezer bowl in the freezer. I'm going to keep it in there until we're ready to make the ice cream. But first thing I need to do is I need to heat up the milk. And I have to heat that up to, they say, till it's warm. Well, warm is about 140 degrees. So let me get this burner going over here. And I'm just going to let that heat up. I'm going to put it at a pretty high heat initially, just to warm it up. And then I am going to periodically check the temperature with my digital thermometer here. You don't want to scald the milk, so it is important that you keep an eye on the milk and just keep it about 140 degrees. The only reason it needs to be warmed up is because we need to add the sugar to it. It takes a half a cup of sugar, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla is the recipe. So we need to stir the milk. Once it gets warmed up somewhat here, I'm going to reduce the heat because I don't want to scald the milk and you don't want to overheat the milk at all. So we just needed 140 so that we're going to add the sugar to it. We need the sugar to dissolve completely. Then we add the vanilla and the heavy cream. And at that point, when this then cools down, you need to actually cool it down to, they say, about 40 degrees. Now what I've been doing, I've actually gotten a big bowl, fill it with ice and water, a little bit of water, and then I put this pot right into there, and that cools it down a lot faster. Otherwise, you would just put this in your refrigerator. It might take an hour or two to cool down to 40 degrees, and then that's when you pour the whole mixture into the freezing bowl. It really helps produce the best ice cream if your ingredients are as cold as they can be before you put them in the freezer bowl. That's the experience that I've found. And then this actually has 2 timings on it, 25 minutes and 35 minutes. Now when I made my chocolate ice cream, I used the 35 minutes. When I made the vanilla, I used 25 minutes, and that seemed to work out really well. This has enough battery power in it to, they say, up to 3 batches of ice cream. But to be safe, I think I would only make 2, and then I would be sure to fully charge this. You don't want this to run out of battery halfway through the process. That's not a good thing. This is easily rechargeable with USB-C, and so that's that. So let me just check the temperature on this. I've been yapping away here for a while, and we're definitely hotter than 140, but I won't tell you how much higher. So now I'm going to get my half a cup of sugar. And I'm actually using a little bit less, and that's just a preference. But I'm going to stir that in there and get that fully mixed in. And then I'm going to add my half a teaspoon of vanilla. You can also use vanilla bean pods if you have them. So if you're using pods, you'd get 2 pods, you split them open, and then you put that in the milk and you keep them in there for a while. If you're using the pods, I would probably keep it at a 130 to 140 temperature range, but I would just keep it at that temperature and stirring for a while. You want to extract as much vanilla flavor as you can. So that's why I'm using this instead of the pods. It's just a little faster. I don't want to take up all of your valuable time. I want to leave some time for eating ice cream. All right, now I'm going to put the heavy cream in there. And this is really thick. I'll scrape it all in there. And I'm just going to continue stirring. I just want to make sure that is all completely dissolved. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bowl, a big bowl. I'm going to fill this with ice and a little bit of water. We're going to put this in there to cool that down to 40 degrees. Okay, bowl of ice water. Just going to put this in here. Now this is going to take, I don't know, probably 10 minutes for it to get down to 40 degrees. So come right back. All right, it's time to make the magic happen. My mixture here is down to 40 degrees. Now I'm going to get the freezing bowl out of the freezer. Now one of the suggestions they have in their manual or user guide here is to put it in a plastic bag when you put it into your freezer, and that way you won't get freezer burn taste from the bowl. So I've done that. So this is the freezing bowl. There it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first you put the paddle in the mixing bowl. Whoops, this way. And then you put the viewing window on top of that. And then you just make sure that's centered. And then this has got a square shaft on it, so you just need to sort of line it up. Before I do that, I just want to show you the buttons on here. So there's two buttons. This is the 25-minute button. It's smaller. And the 35-minute button, that's larger. And then this is the USB-C charging port over here. Only takes a couple hours to charge this. And so let's put this on. There. That's all there is to it. Now this viewing window does have sort of a lock on it, so you just have to give it a small twist. And then, where did I put my funnel? Here's the funnel. Here's the funnel right there. And then all you do at this point is you pour your mixture into the machine. But first you turn it on. So just push the 25 button. There's the paddle is spinning away, as you can see. And I'll just pour this mixture in. And I also want to remind you that in addition to ice cream, you can also make slushies and sorbet in this machine too. So that's pretty cool, it makes it versatile. So this is just going to churn away for 25 minutes. We'll come back right towards the end of it and let you see what it's produced. Well, while we're waiting, I thought you might like to see what ice cream that has been refrozen looks like. So I made this yesterday and it looks pretty soft, right? But it's a little harder. But I would probably scoop it out just like this and serve it. I mean, it's really great. Maybe I should taste it to make sure it's still good. Yeah, it's still good. Pretty soon I'll have a fresh batch to show you. But you can refreeze this, and there it is. So it's great. All right, one little tip is that if you think your ice cream is done, you can actually press and hold whichever button you pushed and it will discontinue the churning. I can tell this is about 2 minutes to go, but I can tell that it's definitely done. So now I'm just going to remove the attachment. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a tug, and we'll just remove this. And here is our finished product. What I'm going to do is just get my spatula and scrape this off as I pull this out. And if you weren't watching, I would probably be licking this, but don't want to seem crude, so I won't do that, but I should. Well, maybe I will. Okay, sorry about that. And I'm just going to transfer it into this little bowl, and I'll probably eat half of it right now. Now this is the consistency, I would say, of sort of like soft custard. Like if you have a Freddy's or an Andy's or similar company in your neighborhood, this is probably about what it's like. And I'm telling you, this is so good. And it makes quite a bit. Honestly, I think this is enough to serve, I don't know, certainly three, maybe four people. Depends how big your servings are. So that's it. That is the BRIOBITE Dolce 1000 ice cream maker. It works super well. The recipe book that is included is awesome. There's a lot of great recipes in here. Mint chocolate chip ice cream, peanut butter ice cream. There's slushy information here, and gelato as well. I love it. Absolutely love it. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer it if I can. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, take care.